In this video, I want to share with you my favorite ways to connect multiple displays to your source, whether it be you have a camera in your sanctuary and you have a TV downstairs, or you just have your game console in one room and you want to connect it to the TV in another room. Let me show you how you do that. Hey guys, this is AJ the CEO, where we teach about tips, tricks, and strategies to help improve your media ministry. But then sometimes we also talk about other stuff that you can use in other capacities. Recently, I've had a couple of clients and some other people I've been helping with solve the issue of how do you display or distribute video into different areas of your church or even in your home, because this works anywhere. So I just want to share with you just a quick video on how I actually do that for my clients as well as personally. So one product that I use is this, an Ori HDMI over Cat6 extender. These are really cool. I've been using these for years. These are the exact same ones that I use. Well, actually, this is an updated version of what I normally use for when I'm connecting my drone. So on the back of here, we have the HDMI in, then we have an HDMI out, so which is good, so you can have a local monitor if you wanted to. So like when I have my daughter watching me, I'll have a monitor that's close up, a big screen, so she can see instead of her looking over my shoulder when I'm flying there. And then it connects to a Cat6 cable. It says you can use a Cat5, but I recommend a Cat6. I can run that up to 196 feet, then connect the other side, and then it's an HDMI out to have your TV. And again, this will work on multiple different devices. It doesn't really matter the type of display or whatever the source is. So this one even somewhat work, depending on what it is. It will work even with like a Blu-ray player or something like that, but you got to be careful on that one, and we'll address that one in a second. That's one way. And again, it's cheap. Cat6 cable, you can get 1,000 feet of that relatively cheaply, and you can pretty much run that anywhere. Like I've worked with a couple of churches, and I've installed a couple of these throughout their church so that it connects from their video switcher and their cameras through the ceiling and then into their overflow, their fellowship hall, in their trustee room, and things like that, which works very well. Now, other times, if you have a lot of electricity or magnetic interference, because you don't want to have an Ethernet cable near those, that will cause a problem. I recommend, and this is more of a industrial version, is the Blackmagic HDMI to SDI and SDI to HDMI converters. So it's literally the same as these, but instead it's using SDI cables. And SDI cable is something like this, where it has a locking mechanism on it to where it locks down one side and locks the other side. And I think in one of my previous videos I talked about how I upgraded to this when I was recording a game for a local high school, and I had HDMI, and then a child came by and snagged the cable out from the computer. So with this is studio grade quality that you in TV stations, all this other stuff like that, and it's rock solid. Now the difference with this is you can run this for 300 feet before it needs to be boosted or anything like that. So if I had the choice, I would definitely go with this because it's stable, and then you can run it everywhere. Now the benefit of this is, compared to this one, you can run a splitter off of this. So you can have your HDMI source coming in on here, out the SDI from this. You can split this to say multiple TVs, multiple locations. Or you have a TV in the back of the church, but then you also have ones downstairs. You could run this cable, run a splitter, have more cables off of that, and then have multiple these at the end for different displays. So you can have one to many on here. With these, it's one to one. So you have to have a whole set for every display. So let's go ahead and just show you how simple it is to set this up. Alright, so here's my nephew's Xbox. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the Ori to this, and it has external power. So what I have here, if you'll zoom in, I have HDMI in and then HDMI out. So what I'm going to do is take the HDMI out from here. So that's the HDMI. It's going to the TV. It's kind of difficult to do this with here. So this is, let me switch this around. So this is out, which is going to the TV now. Right, and then the in, like I said, sorry, I'm doing this with one hand, is now going to go inside the Xbox. Alright, so that's here. So I have one TV here. This is the other TV I'm going to connect it to my 4K TV. Alright, so on this side, we're going to get the other side here, and we're going to do video out from here. Alright, I'm just going to hang it right here because the cable is not long enough to reach the floor. Alright, I got my custom made Cat 6 cable. Let's take one in here. That in there, just other in here. Go ahead and turn the Xbox on. Alright, so it's a solid light, so it's getting the signal. And boom, there you go. Alright, got myself a little power strip there. Alright, so you can see here is the loop out from here. And just to show you, if I disconnect this, see the signal is gone. Alright, so that's coming from here all the way through here to there, and boom, there you go. So that is the Ori HDMI to Ethernet. Now let's go ahead and hook up the Blackmagic version and see if we get the same thing. Alright, so when it comes to the mini converters, I like these because they just run off of regular USB power. So I'm actually connected to the TV, the USB port on the TV, which makes it really easy if you use these to convert, because most modern TVs have a USB. So all you need is some double-sided Velcro on the side of this, and then you can stick it up on here or anywhere there. Alright, so now the other bad thing about this is there is no out. If I had another converter, I could have this. See, it has two SDI outs, so I could actually do another conversion and then hook up to this TV, but I don't have that. So in this setup, it's just one connection with a 50-foot HD SDI cable, and as you can see, boom, get the exact same results. Now the only difference with this one is this is a lot more solid connection, not prone to real significant interference. But that's pretty much it. And this is the same stuff that you would do if you had like a display or something like that for your church. Get one of these, run, like I said, this can go up to 300 feet. Have one of those cables in the attic, in the ceiling, or wherever else that you need it to go, and that's it. And you can, like I said, you can split this. Once you come out of here, you already have two right here, so you can actually disconnect this and go to a different screen. You would just need to make sure that you have another one of these on your source. But I mean, that's pretty much it. But you can split that as many times as you want. All right, I hope that helped. Like I said, these little adapters I personally use on my setup that I have here, the very same ones. So right now, this camera I have right now is connected through a HDMI to SDI, which is going to my ATEM that's on the floor. And then when I live stream, the output, the SDI output from the ATEM goes to HDMI, which connects to my capture card. And that's what I've done for other places, other churches, and other different other clients that I've worked with. So I hope that helped. All of the script, there's a link to all of the items that I mentioned down below. And just to let you know, those are affiliate links. We get a small kickback here if you purchase those. So it helps fund the channel so that we can make more content like this. So again, hope that helped. This is AJ the CEO. Make sure you like this video, consider subscribing, and hit that bell notification. That way you don't miss out on other videos, reviews, tips, tricks, and strategies to help improve your media ministry. Later.